My name is Heather Johansson. I'm a kinesiology major with a health science minor, and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Eska Kidlenberg. I'm a health science major and I am a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Brianna Roth. I'm a junior and I'm a health science major.
Hello, my name is Grace Onoha. I am a kinesiology major.
My name is Bailey Modisett. I'm a junior. I'm a cellular and molecular biology major, health science minor, and pre-dental.
Hi, our topic for today is Codeine-Promethazine, also known as cough syrup, and I'm going to define what it is. It is a Schedule 3 drug that is used to treat cough, cold, or any kind of sneezing, and any kind of allergy reaction. And it is worked by blocking histamine, which reduces runny nose, sneezing, and it also blocks reflex in the brain that are responsible for coughing. And also, I believe that these drugs shouldn't be abused because nowadays you can see that most people just use this drug just because they want to use it, and it's not safe. And especially, it's not safe for kids under 6 years old because it can cause serious damage to them, and that can lead, to something serious that you're not even prepared for.
So you might find yourself asking, how do people abuse codeine-promethazine when this is something that's prescribed by a doctor to commonly treat a cold or any other sickness? People abuse codeine-promethazine by mainly mixing it with Sprite, Mountain Dew, and an assortment of Jolly Ranchers, typically the purple ones. The mixture that people concoct is referred to as syrup, scissor, or lean is the most common term. It is nicknamed lean because if you find yourself drinking too much of it over a long period of time, you'll find yourself not being able to stand up straight anymore on your own and having to lean on something for support so that you don't fall over.
So, codeine-promethazine, also known as syrup, also known as the purple lean, has symptoms that can range from mild to severe. So, whenever you're taking not as much, you have mild symptoms such as drowsiness, headaches, blurred vision. You can also have an upset stomach. Your stomach's hurting really bad. They're also known as lightheadedness, dry mouth, where you have like a cotton mouth feeling. And then you have more of the serious symptoms, such as mental mood changes, where you may be angry at some points, and then you may be happy. Like you're just not yourself at all. So, and then you have involuntary movements where you're like twitching or you're moving in a certain way that it's not normal for you. And then also that goes along with the unusual behavior, that goes along with the changes in the mood, the involuntary movements, just anything that's abnormal for the person. Like I said earlier, the involuntary movements, like such as tremors, you're just twitching a lot, and then you also have a weakness feeling. And I'll show you a video that also describes these different symptoms.
It's available in any pharmacy, yet the idea you could take it to get high came straight from Houston's 5th Ward.
Lean all the way to the back, that's what it is, Jack.
Promethazine and codeine is a prescription cough medicine.
You gotta let it drain.
Widely known as syrup. In the 5th, they have a more descriptive name, lean.
We call it lean because when you drink it, you tend to lean. You might lean to the left, you might lean to the right. You might lean, fall, and bust your ass. I mean, it's really kind of like a player drink. It's a drink where you can drink it and politic with your people. It's more like a salsa drink. You're not tooted up like when you're on cocaine. It's just like, it's a real mellow drug. But it's a downer, but it's not going to bring you too far down. It's like a euphoria.
Promethazine and codeine is a depressant. Constant sipping will slow down your speech and sense of time. Lean is a popular way for Houston to get high.
There's a very high demand for this drink, aka syrup, aka lean.
Hold up. All right.
I can make a profit from selling drink. Hell, this pint right here can go for about $800 to really about $900.
uses fake prescriptions from corrupt doctors to re-up his syrup supply. But a recent crackdown has driven the trade underground and made the product scarce.
It's a lot of competition when it comes to these pharmaceutical drugs. Cocaine dealers, heroin dealers, they all want part of the action.
The result? More risk for the user, as dealers try to turn a fast buck.
What they like to do, they'll drill a hole in the bottom right here and extract the drink with a syringe or whatever they use. They'll fill this back up with syrup, shampoo, you name it, and they'll take those shavings and melt them back around that hole. If I stepped on my drink, I could harm somebody or I could kill somebody.
So, as we're going along and learning more about codeine-promethazine, syrup, lean, whatever you want to call it, there's some interesting facts that you may not know. Like, did you know that in a current study by Peters, both boys and girls believe that CPCHS, other known as codeine and promethazine hydrochloride cough syrup, addiction stated during that an individual's initial consumption and reported that their second CPHCS event was initiated during the same or next day after their first event. An explanation to that is, once you use it one time, it's most likely that if you're going to use it again, you're going to use it again within the next 24 to 48 hours after your first initial use. In another study by Lee, codeine is a derivative of morphine. Although less potent than heroin, it will produce a similar type of dependency. This just reiterates that codeine is addictive and it can be very detrimental to one's health. If you're on heroin, we all know the effects of heroin, how terrible it can be. Codeine can produce the same effects on people when it comes to the addiction and the mental and physical dependency. You can't just wean yourself off of codeine cold turkey. You have to go slowly and, under a doctor's supervision, typically in a hospital, they would ease you off of your codeine usage. In another study that I read up on by Melnick, scissor is also popular with teenagers. It's cheap and easy to make, even if you're underage. Meanwhile, the FDA has called for tighter restrictions on cough syrup to avoid this abuse. Teenagers can get their hands on almost anything nowadays. Codeine is one thing that teenagers can get their hands on extremely easy. If they tell their parents they're not feeling well, they can go to the doctor. The doctor will write them a prescription. Off they go. If that prescription doesn't work, they can go back, whether they're still having the symptoms or not, say, I need something stronger, I can't sleep at night. Bam, codeine-promethazine syrup in their hands. Easy, sellable, usable. It's easy to make. You just mix it with Sprite, Mountain Dew, whatever your drink of choice is, and add a couple candies to it. It's extremely dangerous, so it makes sense that the FDA is trying to tighten the restrictions on it so that it's not in the hands of people who don't exactly know what they're doing and maybe haven't thought about the consequences that can come with the usage of codeine-promethazine syrup. Which leads me to my next fact. If you get caught with codeine, you can receive a jail sentence up to 2 years and no less than 180 days. And not only that, but you can also receive a fine up to $10,000. And we all know that no teenager has $10,000 laying around, and no parent has $10,000 that they just want to go throw away to the government. We already pay enough money to the government, so why waste it on codeine? For this portion of the presentation, we will now show a video against drug abuse prevention. If you will please click on the link below. Due to formatting issues, we could not put the actual video in the presentation. Please click on the link below and watch the film. Thank you.
Okay, so today I'm talking about prevention levels. There are 3 prevention levels. The first one is the primary prevention level. This is in the attempt to delay the use or to stop the initiation of codeine. People should try other forms of medicine that aren't addictive shouldn't prescribe codeine as often or just reduce the demand. The secondary prevention level is the attempt to catch people in early stages of the abuse. The goal is to stop or limit the degree of use before codeine causes problems for the user and decrease the potential damage it may cause. Some strategies include: don't use the substance more than what is prescribed. Don't use the substance after the condition is treated, because some people may have some syrup left after they are well and they just continue to use it, or they can give it to their friends or sell it. Another strategy is to not use codeine for reasons other than the intended use to treat your illness. The third prevention level is to stop dependence and help problems in result of the abuse. The goal is to maintain improved health from no longer using codeine. Another name for this would be rehabilitation, or the prevention of relapse. This is like the most serious cases when you are addicted to codeine and you would need to go to rehab or seek professional help. Some of these strategies are abstinence from codeine, just stop taking it completely. Distracting yourself from influences, not hanging out with people who influence you to do it themselves, or finally just seeking professional help, just finding someone to talk to, get some help to stop your addiction and the need to use it.
Now we will move on to the questionnaire part of our discussion today. Number 1. What is an example of a severe symptom caused by codeine-promethazine, aka syrup? Take a few moments to collect your answers. Moving on to number 2. Which type of illnesses are caused by codeine-promethazine that are most commonly used to help with? What are some other names for codeine-promethazine? I'll repeat the question for number 3. What are some other names for codeine-promethazine? And finally, number 4. What is a common minor symptom that someone can have while abusing the drug codeine-promethazine? I'll repeat the question for number 4. What is a common minor symptom that someone can have while abusing the drug codeine-promethazine? I'll give you a few more moments to collect your answers and write them down on a piece of paper or keep them in your mind before we go over the answers. Now, let's take a look and see if we got them right. Did you answer them all correctly? Number 1, mental and mood changes, involuntary movements, and unusual behavior. Again, the correct answer for number 1 would be mental or mood changes, involuntary movements, and unusual behavior. Moving on to number 2. The correct answer for number 2 would be the common cold. I repeat, the correct answer for number 2, the common cold. Moving on to number 3. The correct answer for number 3 would be purple drink, syrup, lean, or sizzurp. I repeat, the correct answer for number 3 would be purple drink, syrup, lean, and or sizzurp. And finally, the correct answer for number 4, leaning. I repeat, the correct answer for number 4, leaning.
In conclusion, we were talking about codeine-promethazine, or purple drink, syrup, sizzurp, or purple lean. So codeine-promethazine is a common drug that is prescribed for cough medicine. Typically, it's abused whenever mixed with Sprite or Mountain Dew or Jolly Ranchers. A lot of students who can't get their hands on alcohol typically use lean to get that high or the euphoria that the syrup gives you. So as discussed, it can become very dangerous. It can also be, it can have mild to severe symptoms and can even cause death in some situations. Unfortunately, too many people think that this drug is used for like just the mild cold, but it really is a substance that is quite often abused, especially in the Houston area. It was originated in about 1960s whenever it was found. So this is where a lot of people just go wrong and just think, oh, it's just for common cough syrups, but as previously mentioned, it's really easy to use it for more than just what it was prescribed for. I know a lot of people with drugs in my household, we normally keep pill bottles or extra medicine lying around for just in case purposes, so this is a really bad one to have just in case. I know a lot of people can get really addicted to it. Also, as previously mentioned, most people become addicted after the first initial abuse, so they actually use their second drink within the next day or two. So it's a really big issue, and I hope that people who are using or abusing codeine-promethazine stop and think about the consequences that can be held accountable to you. It is a class 3 drug, and it can get you up to 2 years in jail and can cost you up to $10,000.
Go.
So there you have it, guys. Codeine-promethazine is a dangerous drug and can get you into a lot of trouble, both physically, mentally, and legally. But here are works cited in the MLA. We have some journal articles mixed in there along with 1 or 2 websites. And to not forget our other friend APA, here are our APA formatted citations. Thank you so much for watching our presentation. We really enjoy that you came out today to class and took the time out of your day to help us help you. We hope that you learned something and help apply it to your life, and that you have something to take away, at least one thing. Thank you.